welcome to my channel. My name is Patricia Bokede, and we are talking about healing starts from you. Now, I've been talking about breaking the cycle of child abuse, and I have a story. Let me show you what child abuse can actually lead to. There's this lady I met recently. I've been taking her through sessions, healing sessions. She's getting married and she works with somebody, and she was planning her marriage, and she told her boss she was not going to invite any family member. She doesn't have any family member. Wow. The boss said, how can you be planning a big thing like that and no family member is going to be coming? She said, yes, she doesn't have any family member. She's an orphan. She lost her parents quite when she was quite young, and she was taking, her uncle took a custody of her. But this particular uncle, her uncle, that means, I think from her father's side, was molesting her. Started molesting her as far back as a child till she became a teenager, even into adulthood. She had no place to go. She only had that man as the only family member she knew. This continued until she had the opportunity to leave the house. So leaving the house, she made up her mind that she doesn't have any family member and she does not want to have anything to do with this uncle. Imagine a lady who is getting married and no family member is going to show up, which means she's even more vulnerable in her husband's house. So the meaning is, if anything happens to her in that man's house, nobody's coming to there's nobody to claim or to report to. So this boss, got curious and said, no, this is not right. And then she contacted me, she told me the story, and I said, okay, let's invite her. She had to identify with somebody. But what am I trying to say? Why am I sharing this story? It's because, this happened many years back, but the hurt is still there. And she's taking that hurt to her marriage. And the problem is that if she had continued, she didn't have any intervention. She would have gotten married to that man. She might have she may or might have a lot of problems in her marriage because she is still internalizing the trauma. She has not been able to let it out. She's going into a marriage with a hurting self, traumatized, bruised, bleeding heart, and the man, her husband, may suffer for it. Not only that, because she doesn't have any family member to identify with, it means that if she happens to marry a man who does not really care about her, she's in big trouble. So child abuse is not anybody should overlook. So thankfully, she's going through therapy and she's healing. She's doing much better. She's happier. In fact, looking at her when she comes for her therapy, she's doing much more better than when I met her. She's now looking neat, more happy, more radiant. It's so important. So breaking the cycle of child abuse starts with you. You as a parent or a child caregiver. Some adults are still internalizing the hurts they had as children. I shared a story of a woman whose mother punished her for stealing one kobo. She stole a kobo many years back. Of course, we don't spend one kobo again in Nigeria. I'm talking from Nigeria. She stole one kobo from her mom, and her mom waited for her neighbor who has a pepper grinder. And after grinding pepper, she collected the fresh water from the grinding machine. She got a new blade, scarified her with the blade, and poured the pepper on her skin, on her body, on her fresh wound. This story was shared with me about 5 years ago, and the woman was over 45 years at that time. She said she was feeling the pain even after 45 years, at the age of 45, when that thing happened when she was about 10 years old, which means she carried that wound for 35 years. A lot of parents are still carrying the wound of child abuse. And because of that wound, or because of the way they were trained in a very toxic way, they also assume that is the best way to train their children. And this forms a cycle. And then if you don't heal, you pass that abuse to your children, because you are taking care of, you are raising your children with that knowledge that you had from your parents. Subconsciously you transfer that abuse to your children, and if your children don't also get help, they transfer to their children, and that is how the cycle of abuse is formed. So for you to break the cycle of abuse in your own home, you need to heal. All right, so raising emotionally stable children requires you as a parent or a child caregiver healing, because why we have so many toxic upbringing or toxic people raising children is because they are also traumatized and they have not really healed. So the book is going to help you to heal as an individual, as a parent. You need to heal. You need to heal. Healing, I mean, breaking the abuse starts with you healing, and that is one of the things this book, Breaking the Cycle of Child Abuse, addressed. So for you to get and learn more about how you can heal as a parent or child caregiver, check the description below, check the link to the book in the description below to get access to the book and read the book, work your way through your healing, share the content with other people, and let us break the cycle of abuse together. So I believe you got value from this session. So make sure you click on the like button, subscribe, and also share so that other people can also learn from this wealth of knowledge. See you next time. I'm Patricia Abokede.
If only humans can learn to love the world.